The skies are threatening in Omaha, but nothing dulls the enthusiasm for the game at the College World Series.
We've always pointed toward Miami. The very first thing we talk about every single year is getting ready for the Miami series.
FSU Miami, the backyard rivalry known more for its football, now takes center stage in baseball.
We play hard the whole time, and they play hard against us, and it's winner takes all.
To advance in the series, Florida State needed late-inning heroics in Game 1.
It's another big game against Florida State, and to be honest, every game's big against FSU.
Miami's bats exploded for 15 runs in their first game as they held off USC. Florida State and Miami, the rivalry continues. We have reached the second round at the College World Series with a winner's bracket game between the Miami Hurricanes and the Seminoles of Florida State. Good afternoon, everybody. Mike Patrick and Fred Lynn. It's great to have you with us. Rivalries usually produce great games, but when there is so much more on the line as there is today, it should be something very special. And Fred, two quality left-handers, too.
Yeah, Mike, the two left-handers we have today have very different styles of pitching. For Florida State, David Yoakum, the #1 draft choice of the Los Angeles Dodgers, is a power pitcher. He hits fastball near 90 miles per hour with a hard-breaking curveball. On the other hand, for Miami, J.D. Arteaga, a crafty left-hander. Doesn't throw very hard, big breaking curveball, very effective against FSU hitters this year. Mike, a good matchup.
FSU and Miami at the College World Series. We'll be back with the starting lineups in a moment.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of the College World Series is brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Let's take a look at Miami's starting lineup. The Canes are 47-15. Head coach Jim Morris in his second year on the job. Leading off Rick Gama, #2 on the club in home runs. He'll play second base. Four-year starter Bruce Thompson bats second and starts in center field. Rudy Gomez, the leading hitter all year, bats third and plays third base. First baseman Danny Buxbaum is the cleanup man and leads the club in homers and RBIs. Hitting fifth and playing right field, Adam Finiston, a junior. Left fielder Eddie Rivero, the hitting star. The USC win is sixth. He's a junior. #7 in the order, another junior, Ricky Gonzalez, the catcher. Michael Torti will be the DH. He's coming back from a beating in the regional. And batting ninth, the flashy shortstop, Alex Cora.
And there you see David Yoakum. We mentioned the first-round draft choice of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Here you get a look at his record, 12-2 with a 2.38 ERA. Can be overpowering at times. You can see with 127 strikeouts in just 113 innings. He gets that changeup that you see him motioning for right there. If he gets that changeup over early in the game, it's going to be a long day for Miami.
Here's the way the Seminoles will line up defensively behind Yoakum from left to right in the outfield. Morris, Drew, and Hodges, maybe the best right fielder they've ever had. Scott Zetch, Badeau, Lopez, Minkiewicz around the infield, and Mike Martin Jr. behind the plate.
One of the highlights of the FSU defense is freshman center fielder J.D. Drew. No errors this year. That's very unusual for a freshman at any level. And he's got great range and a good arm, and he can really play that position.
These teams have played 6 times this year. Florida State with a 4-2 edge. And Rick Gama, the first hitter, takes one high. Gama hitting .302, had 5 runs in the first game of the College World Series. That tied a single game record. Strike call from the home plate umpire Dale Williams. Breaking ball misses. Yoakum working with a slight muscle pull in his back. As of yesterday, he was still only about 80%.
Dodgers drafted him #1. You want somebody that can throw hard. You can't teach speed. You can teach everything else. The guy has a good arm.
Struck out. Another fastball. So the only 2 pitches he missed with were the 2 hanging curves.
Well, maybe he won't need to get anything else going. I mean, that was a good fastball hitter, but that's a great location. Down and away. You have to swing at that ball in this College World Series because you never know when it's going to go.
Bruce Thompson stands in at 308, hitting 600 in the series through 1 game. 3 for 5. The star of the Atlantic 2 regional. Over the last 4 games has hit 400. Dale Williams from Signal Hills, California, in his 8th College World Series. He's the veteran here. At first, Rick Petchett from Trenton, Michigan. Bob Homolka, the second base umpire. He's out of Salina, Kansas. And from Atlanta, Georgia, Karen Ulrich is the third base umpire in his 2nd College World Series. Some nasty weather conditions earlier today. It is still quite windy, but we actually saw the sun for the first time a few minutes ago. Smoked into right field. So Thompson aboard with a ringing single off of the left-hander Yoakum. We might have a pretty good matchup here with Thompson, number 2 on the club in steals, with 20 this year against the tremendous arm of Mike Martin behind the plate, who's thrown out half the runners who try to run on him.
Plus, Mike Yoakum has a very good move to first base.
Gomez stands in. There's the throw over. Fred, we were talking before the game, and there are the numbers on Thompson about what makes a high percentage for a catcher. And one of the things you emphasized was the pitcher.
Yeah, the pitcher makes or breaks the catcher. Most of the time, you steal second on the pitcher. I mean, most catchers can throw the ball and they have good footwork to get rid of it. But if the pitcher doesn't hold them on, it doesn't mean a thing. The catcher will hold them.
And you saw that time Thompson was going back to first, even as Yoakum was delivering the ball to the plate. You see a lot of that out here. These kids don't get to see a lot of quality left-handers during the season. Right back up the middle, off the glove, and Thompson goes into third easily. First and third and 1 out. So a couple of hard-hit balls off of David Yoakum.
Well, even though he's throwing 90 miles an hour, that one is right down the middle and up. And Rudy Gomez is a very good fastball hitter. He knows exactly what to do with that one. Miami's threatening here in the first inning of a tough pitcher.
And Miami has eaten left-handers for lunch this year. 14-2 against them, but one of those losses at the hands of Yoakum. Manny Bucksbaum, 13 homers, 57 RBIs. And Jim Morris has got to be thrilled by the situation, having runners at first and third with his power hitter up here in the first inning.
And Bucksbaum has handled Yoakum quite well in their series where they faced each other 6 times. He hit 2 home runs off David Yoakum.
Miami couldn't have drawn this up any better. Yoakum has given up 12 homers this year. Fastball way outside. Yoakum, excellent control. That's crushed down the line in left. Home run! RBIs and 3 bombs off of Yoakum.
Well, this is no fluke. Here's a breaking ball right in the power zone. Middle plate in, and the ball is out of here as soon as he hits it. He hits it so hard that that wind didn't have a chance to blow it foul. And the wind is blowing very hard from right to left, and everybody from FSU was they're trying to blow that baby foul.
Well, that was smoked. And Mike Martin will come out to talk to his pitcher, David Yoakum. And speaking of the wind, with all the Florida interest in this game, the governor of Florida, Lawton Childs, had asked us to mention the fact that there is now a hurricane warning over Florida, with Hurricane Allison moving in, with hurricane winds and expected to strengthen over the warm waters. So our best wishes go out to all those people who have learned to prepare instead of having those hurricane parties. Now they're going to get ready for them. And we hope the damage in Florida is only minimal from this storm. And I know a lot of these kids are thinking about their friends and family back in the Sunshine State. Adam Finiston, who already has a home run to his credit here at the College World Series, and hitting .305 on the season. Fastball down low.
Like this game is starting out just like Cal State Fullerton Stanford. Got the ace of Cal State Fullerton, gets up 3 homers or 3 runs and 2 homers in the first inning. Yet he comes back and pitches well. That's what David Yoakum has to do right now. Forget about what's happened. It's history. Settle down. Keep your ball club in the game.
Foul back out of play. 2 balls and a strike to Finiston, a junior from Miami, with his club already up 3-0 here in the top of the first. And Cruz getting ready in the Seminole bullpen. Another hard hit ball. This one wasn't crushed. And hard enough to get into right field for a base hit. Finiston, who's now 3 for 6 in the College World Series.
Well, this is very reminiscent of how the Miami Hurricanes treated the Trojans in Southern California.
Absolutely.
First 5 guys got on in that ball game. Now they've done 4 out of 5 in this game.
So Finiston on down at first, and here's Rivera, who was 4 for 5 in the opening game against the Trojans. He also had a home run. Got him chasing a breaking ball. Yoakum, during his 2 starts against Miami during the regular season, gave up 14 hits in 14 innings. But he wasn't hit like this. Throw over. Another breaking ball nubbed out in front of the plate. Foul ball. Umpire Dale Williams quickly out of the box to make the call behind Mike Martin Jr. It's an honor for these guys, too, to umpire at the College World Series. And from what I've seen so far this year, maybe the best umpiring I've seen since we've been coming here.
Been very consistent this far.
There's the 0-2. Fastball foul tip. Martin couldn't hold it. Yoakum has been no mystery so far.
Really, he made quality pitches down as the first hitter. But other than that, everything's been down the middle.
This one is drilled into right base hit. Finiston on his way to second. As Hodges got a diligent arm, comes up with it. The 5th base hit at the top of the first against David Yoakum.
Well, Rivera was hot in the first game against the Trojans. And you can see, boy, nice head down on the ball. Shoulders square to the mound. That's a 2-strike swing. Didn't try to do too much with it. Just put the bat on the ball.
I was just going to say, Fred, he had him in an 0-2 hole. Left-hander against left-hander, and he gave him a couple of fastballs. Ricky Gonzalez with runners at first and second. Breaking ball is in there at the knee. Gonzalez looking for his first series hit, 305 on the season, but 0 for 4 in the opening game.
Mike Yoakum, he does have a pretty good changeup. He's not throwing that pitch yet.
Breaking ball high, 1-1.
I mean, we said he was a power pitcher, but right now you're going to have to change your philosophy a little bit more. They're sitting on the hard stuff. To change speeds a little bit.
Well, even 90-mile-an-hour fastballs right down the middle aren't too bad. Got that one in there, 1-2. Yoakum ready to throw his 28th pitch of the first inning. Slap foul outside third. Gonzalez chased the curveball down in the dirt. Gonzalez has been one of the leading hitters for this club all year long, always around 300. Curveball hit to third, backhanded throw by Zach. So even when they've gotten a playable ball, they can't come up with it. Error on Zech, who has been playing third base much better of late. He had a tough start, mostly throwing errors as a third baseman, but that was an easy ball.
Well, it's a chopper to his backhand side, and I'm not quite sure if he was thinking of turning two before he catches the ball. Take a look at it. Can't see if he took his eye off it or not, but anytime you try to make a backhand play in the infield, there you see it, you have to make sure you stay down on it. Keep that hand soft. Anytime you make a backhand play, the tendency is to tense up that hand and wrist.
Looked like he had a little more time to get in front of that ball rather than having to backhand it too. So now they're loaded with one out. Here comes Mike Martin, and Yoakum is gone. Very disappointing start for David Yoakum out of Columbus High School in Miami, a sophomore, the first-round draft choice of the LA Dodgers in this week's Major League Baseball draft. Third of an inning, 5 hits. He's given up 3 runs. He's still responsible for the 3 men on base. We'll check the pitching change for the Seminoles when we come back. It's already 3-0 Canes. Last night in Game 4 of the 95 College World Series, Tennessee against Clemson. The Volunteers jump out early in the top of the first. Scott Schroepel hits one out, a solo homer to give Tennessee a 1-0 lead. Meanwhile, college baseball's Player of the Year, Todd Helton, was superb. He struck out 9 as he threw 107 pitches, a complete game, and when he got Seth Bryzek to pop out, the Volunteers had started the series with a 3-1 win, and Helton had a complete game over the Clemson Tigers. I thought you made an interesting point about him, Freddie. Not a great pitcher. He's not going to pitch in the bigs. But when you give someone who is an athlete and a competitor an opportunity like that, it's fun to watch it. Got a new pitcher to serve it up to Michael Torti. Charlie Cruz, the senior. 8-1 record. 112 strikeouts in 100 innings. He could use one here. And the dirt blocked by Martin.
Mike, he's a curveball specialist. He likes to throw sliders and curveballs to set up his fastball. Unlike Yoakum, it's kind of the complete opposite. He uses his fastball to set up his breakers.
Bases loaded, still only 1 out. 3 runs in. Got the low strike on the breaking ball. Torti didn't like it.
It's pretty nervy, 2-0 breaking ball, bases drunk.
There's another one, and he hung it outside. 3-1. Now, if you're Torti, what are you doing?
Well, if they should have a pretty good book on these guys. I'd be looking hooked right here.
Breaking ball and got it in outside corner at the knee. Takes some guts to throw that pitch on 3-1 with the bases loaded.
That's his MO, though. I mean, you take away the fastball there, and now you have to look for both. But still, that's his MO, so that's what you should look for.
Just starting to rain here in Omaha. Rain most of the morning, lightly. Another breaking ball is hit to dead center field. Tucker is there to make the catch. Finiston coming from third. He'll score easily. It's 4-0. So Torres did sit on the breaking ball and hit it well, but right at Drew. So 2 gone, and it's 4-0.
Yeah, West Boy, yeah!
And Miami has batted around here in the first round. It's scored the number 9 hitter coming up. And we saw Cora's glove in the opening game. He could hit 0-0-0 and play shortstop every day. As it was, he got 2 hits in the opener. Took a bad swing at that one. One of those hit something of a gift. He bunted the ball straight up in the air, and it dropped between the pitcher, the third baseman, and the shortstop.
And he said, that's just what I was trying to do, Ollie.
Take it every time.
Charlie Cruz throws a fastball, he's going to freeze him. He's a hook master right now.
Made him look bad on 2 in a row. Fastball way outside. Cora has his average up to 273 on the season, and he's raised it since April 19th when he was down at 230. So he's contributed to that. Way outside. 2-2. They told us a line of showers would come through about 3 o'clock. It's about 4 till local time, so the weatherman was early. But now it's raining heavier, and they expect this to pass after about a half an hour. But right now it's coming down pretty good. Another breaking ball. Got him with the 3rd in a row of that variety. But Miami comes up big in the first inning. They scram 2, but get 5 hits and score 4 runs. And here comes the ground. They've had a lot of rain here in the spring in Omaha, and this field really can't stand much more of it. So the tire is going to come out. And I think this is very good for Miami. They're going to be able to sit in the dugout and smile, and this is going to sink in on FSU what happened in the top of the first.
Well, especially, I'll tell you what, though, the people at Florida State, they're saying, rain, just keep on raining. But it's definitely an edge to Miami right now because they've got a full-on cushion. They've knocked out the starting pitcher, and everything is going their way in the first 2 games of this College World Series.
So Miami comes up big top of the first. They get 4 runs and knock out the starter David Yoakum as he only gets 1 out. While we're in this rain delay, we're going to show you highlights of the 1982 and 83 College World Series. We'll be back. Can we take the headsets off for a while?
Hey, don't do anything different, man. No, I'm not. You want me to look at the camera or what?
We're just a couple of minutes away from resuming this one between Miami and Florida State in the College World Series. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning. In case you missed the beginning of the broadcast, let's update you on some of the highlights. And it was a big inning for Miami. Of course, you need luck in the College World Series. For Florida State, it didn't work. The starter, Yoakum, was touched. Successive singles in the first inning. Bruce Thompson rips that one to right. And then Rudy Gomez does the same thing. Takes a fastball right back up the middle. And that set the line for Danny Bucksbaum, who had already homered twice off of David Yoakum during the regular season in this series. And he absolutely crushed a breaking ball inside the foul pole for a 3-run lead for the Hurricanes in the top of the first. But Miami's offense didn't stop there. Adam Finiston was next. Singles to right. Then Eddie Rivero turned on a fastball and singled to right. Seminole defense didn't help out Yoakum either. Ground ball to Zetch at third, and he booted it. And that would be the end for David Yoakum as he struggled mightily through the top half of the first inning. That brought on left-hand relief pitcher Charlie Cruz. And Cruz faced Michael Torti. And Torti delivered with a shot to center that turned into a sacrifice fly and produced the fourth run of the inning. And then the rains came, and we stopped at the end of 1/2 inning with Miami leading Florida State 4-0. Let's take a look at Florida State's lineup. The Seminoles 53-14 under veteran coach Mike Martin. Mickey Lopez will lead it off. The junior is Miami's second baseman. Senior Randy Hodges, a good number 2 hitter. The senior will play right field. Hitting third, the first baseman Doug Minkevich, who leads this team in 7 offensive categories. The cleanup man is Jeremy Morris, the left fielder. Only 5 home runs, but much more power than his numbers. The DH is Adam Perot, a sophomore. He's really helped, especially against lefties. The number 6 hitter, third baseman Scott Zetch. He's a sophomore. Mike Martin has struggled all year offensively. The catcher has had some clutch hits, though. Star freshman center fielder J.D. Drew is 8th. His dramatic 9th inning homer beat Oklahoma in the first game. And playing shortstop and batting 9th, freshman Brooks Badeau.
And the Seminoles are finally going to get a shot at J.D. Arteaga. Now, we've had an hour and a half delay in this ballgame. We will see if this is going to affect his delivery or his effectiveness right away. He's a breaking ball pitcher. He is a finesser. So maybe he won't be as effective as much.
Thanks. They never took it.
The Hurricane defense from left to right in the outfield. Rivero, Thompson, a very good center fielder, and Finiston. The infield left to right, Gomez, Cora, Gama, and Bucksbaum. Gonzalez behind the plate. The outstanding Alex Cora, and Fred, he has already shown us some brilliant play at shortstop. Top half of the first inning must really agree with the Hurricanes. In 2 games, they have 9 runs and 9 hits in the first inning. And this is Mickey Lopez leading it off against Arteaga. Has him in an 0-2 hole. Missed with a waist fastball. Lopez hitting .299 on the season, but against Miami this year, he is only 4 for 26. Catcher Gonzalez behind the plate makes the grab, 1 goal. So Lopez's struggle continues against the Miami Hurricanes. It's one of these superstitious kind of things. Florida State has changed uniform.
Well, Mike, they didn't do well in the first game. I mean, that's 2 hours ago they started this ball game. They were in dress whites. They came out, they got smoked right away. They said, heck, we'll win the second game in the new unis.
Randy Hodges comes up, hits left-handers very well. He was drafted late in the major league draft, pushed out by the Braves. Also a good punter, and he wanted to lay that one down. The winner of this game will have a huge advantage as they stay in the winner's bracket. And if they can get some good pitching, these stabs are so good that they would be in excellent shape for the succeeding round. And Arteaga usually goes pretty well into the ball game before he needs some help. Get the feeling that Arteaga throws the fastball only when he absolutely has to.
He shows it to him. He's a breaking ball pitcher. He sets up his fastball with a foot.
That was cued down the third baseline on the first. Couldn't get it before it dribbled across the strike.
Most pitchers, and they call that pitching backwards. Most pitchers use their fastball to set up the breakers. He does it the other way around. You're not going to see too many fastballs over the middle of the plate if he can help it. If he does, it's a mistake.
After an hour and a half rain delay, the sun is out. It's blue sky to the south, where the weather systems have been coming from. 2-2 to Randy Hodges. Miami leading 4-0 in the first. Breaking ball hit hard to deep right, but Finiston going back and won't get there. One hop off the wall, and Hodges into a stand-up double. That ball really carried. The wind is blowing right to left. And Finiston acted like he had a bead on it.
Well, Finiston was trying to decoy the runner, like he was going to keep him from going to third base on this. But this ball is smoked, and you said that Randy Hodges hits left-handers well. There's a breaking ball that's crushed against the wind, a one-hopper off the wall. The wind's blowing the other way. That's a home run.
And that brings up Mr. Everything on offense, Doug Mientkiewicz. 366 average, 17 homers, 73 RBI. Fanned on a breaking ball. A very aggressive hitter drafted in the 5th round by the Twins on Thursday. And the leading hitter for this club for 3 years. Fastball at the knees. Nice pitch.
Mike, with an open stance like Mientkiewicz uses, you're inviting the pitcher to throw inside. Now, he really has to make sure that front shoulder closes so he can hit that outside corner pitch. You get a good look at his stance right there.
In a hole 0-2. Breaking ball way outside as Gonzalez had set up out there. Mientkiewicz, a combination of power and speed, and he's a competitor. Arteaga has faced the Seminoles twice this year. Came away with no decision in either game, but had an earned run average of 2.22. So he's pitched well against them. Breaking ball, he waited on it, dumps it into right. Slow start for Finiston. He just didn't pick up that ball right away. And Hodges goes to third.
Well, down 4 runs, Hodges can't take a chance. He's going to make sure this ball falls in. It's kind of a semi-line drive. It didn't really kill it. As you can see, it's a defensive swing. And Finiston out in right field. Now there's the effect of the rain. He kind of jump-started and tried to move his feet, but they weren't going anywhere.
Chance for Jeremy Morris. Right back to the mound. Could be 2 on the corner. And that ties the team record for double plays for Miami, and it couldn't have come at a better time with a first and third threat in the first inning. And a nice job by Arteaga fielding his position. 1-6-3. The inning's over. 4-0 Miami. Florida State down 4-0 as we go to the top of the second. We asked head coach Mike Martin about facing the kind of adversity that he faces right now.
At this level of the season, they're all important. The key is remaining confident. The key is knowing you can get it done no matter what the situation. We can't fold if we get 2 or 3 runs behind. Last year's team was not able to overcome deficits. I look for this year's club to stay on an even keel and play the game hard for 27 outs.
Fun to be around Mike Martin. Very positive, very likable gentleman. Obviously, tremendous success at Florida State. The only thing that has eluded him is the national title.
Well, you have to like the way his ball came out swinging that inning.
Sir.
I mean, it didn't work out well for them because it was a good play by JT Arteaga to end it. But they came out swinging the bats.
Charlie Cruz pitching to Rick Gama as we go back to the top of the order. Miami batted around in the first. Gama went down swinging to lead off the ball game. And is now 3 for 5 in the College World Series. Walked him. Cruz had walked 47 in 100 innings coming in. So over 9 innings, that works out to about 4.5 walks per game. And now Thompson, who started everything with a single to right in the first inning. And he tries to lay it down, hit the plate, and goes foul.
Well, Miami players are going to say, hey, this is another first inning for us. And you told them what they've already done, 73 runs in the first inning this year, including today. So this is like another first inning for them.
Gama has stolen 16 of 17 bases this year. And with a 4-0 lead, you can take some liberties. Another throw over. Nobody out here in the top of the second. Miami already up 4-0. Outside 1-1. Wanted to bunt again, took the pitch instead. 2-1. Swing and a miss, the runner goes, and he'll get the base because Martin couldn't handle it when he tried to take the ball out of the glove. So a runner at second with nobody down, and 2-2 to Bruce Thompson.
Gama gets a pretty good jump here, but it's definitely a hit and run. Kind of a tough pitch for Thompson to try to hit it. Slider down and away. Martin comes out of there, just can't get the handle.
Really a shame he bobbled that ball. You like to see this kid throw. He's a tremendous defensive catcher. Ball 3. And now Thompson, if he has his druthers, would hit the ball to the right side of the field. He could Gama over to third. And there is Sean Tackett warming in the bullpen. Lost him outside. So Cruz, his team already down by a 4 spot, has walked the first 2. And Miami, playing Southern Cal and Florida State, has really been a beneficiary of base on balls. And here comes Mike Martin. Miami against College World Series starters. Well, they faced 2 of them, and combined they've gone a third of an inning, giving up 10 hits, 8 runs, 7 of them earned. And Tucker's earned run average with nobody retired is going to be at infinity unless he gets another crack here.
Yeah, they call that the lazy 8. And boy, is that ugly.
Rudy Gomez 1 for 1. Singled up the middle off Badeau's glove to put runners at first and third and help the rally along in the first inning. Infield looking for the bunt. And he wanted to, but Cruz can't find the plate.
I don't know, you know, the guy's hitting, Rudy Gomez hitting over 370. This is a chance to put the nail in the coffin right here.
He's the #1 average hitter on the ball club. Not squaring around this time. He takes a curveball in there.
A lot of times those guys will square around just to take a pitch, just to get the infielders moving and say, hey, you know, I'm taking, but you don't know that. I know that.
Got a big gulp out of the third baseman, Scott Zetch. As at least part of his young life must have flashed before him as he came charging in.
not the thing that you want to do with charging on the number 3 hitter hitting 380.
Lays this one down and knocks it foul.
There you see the defensive alignment. There's a huge gap in right center. Gomez last time hit a ground ball right up the middle.
1-2 to Gomez. Downstairs 2-2.
With a defensive alignment like that, you definitely want to keep the ball inside. You don't want to put something out over the plate where he can reach that gap in right center.
Cruz trying to get out of trouble of his own making. Breaking ball hit towards short, could be 2. Badeau to Lopez on the Minkevich, and they got the double play. So Cruz bails himself out. Gama goes to third. That'll bring up Buxbaum, who lit it up in the first inning. That thing got out of here in a heartbeat. Oh, that's a mile.
I went over the ambulance. There's a parking lot back there. What past that? It's out in the woods somewhere.
Strike call. He might get a souvenir this time. The last one, he would have needed a ladder on top of the ambulance to reach. Off-speed pitch outside, 1-1. So a runner at third and 2 gone. Buxbaum trying to deliver. He's had a great World Series after hitting only 167 in the regional. Just missed 2-1.
Plus last year he didn't have a good College World Series,
right,
and he wanted to get back here desperately just to atone for that. He's done quite well thus far.
Yes, he has. Fastball low, 3-1. Buxbaum can keep it going. Finiston's on deck. Mike Martin just hoping to get out of this inning without any more damage, already down 4-0. Missed with a breaking ball, and Buxbaum will draw the 3rd walk of the inning. So far, it hasn't cost Cruz. There aren't very many innings where you can walk 3 and get away with it.
Well, that was a case there that he really didn't want to pitch.
Yeah.
And for the man on base, if he walks him, who cares? But he's going to hit his pitch.
Yeah. Well, he was in the bullpen, and he got a good view of that last one. He rocketed out of here. Finiston single to right. He is now 3 for 6 in the College World Series in 2 games. Missed with a breaking ball. Almost everything he's missed has been outside. He knows what he wants to do. He just can't find the plate right now. Good pitch there.
Mike, he throws what we call a backdoor curveball. And that's a curveball where, from a left-hander, he starts it out in the left-hander's batter's box. And he hopes that it kind of bends around and just catches the outside of the corner, and that the hitters give up on it.
And that's one of those you hope the umpire is going to give you that pitch. Fastball just low. Because very often it actually goes around the plate instead of over.
That's exactly right.
But they'll get a lot of those. 2 on, 2 out. Low over the first. Chased one low and outside, 2-2. Tailing action to that pitch, a little like a Scrooge. Cruz trying to get out of the inning. Finiston just got the end of the bat on that one. It's been an emotional lift for Florida State if they can get out with no runs.
Well, especially after where the inning started, 2 freebies.
Then a double play, and then a third pass. Over to first. Mike Martin was talking this morning about the reason there's so many more throwovers in college baseball. You have to remind these kids you're not going to give them anything for free. And occasionally you'll catch somebody falling asleep. 3-2. To finish it. Strike him out. So Cruz walks 3 in the inning, but Miami cannot score. And we'll go to bottom of the first with the Hurricanes leading Florida State 4-0 in the College World Series. Welcome back to the College World Series. We'll be going to the bottom of the second with Miami leading Florida State 4-0. The Hurricanes getting 4 in the top of the first. Welcome back, everybody. Mike Patrick along with Fred Lynn. Great you could join us from Omaha. We had an hour-and-a-half rain delay in this one, and the emotions between these teams are always at a pitch.
Well, I'll tell you what, Florida State really dodged the bullet in that inning. 2 free passes to start the inning, double play. They get out of with a good strikeout on a great pitch, and they're back in the game, really emotionally. They're back in the game.
Adam Farrell, hitting .338 overall, will lead it off here in the Florida State second inning. Popped up on the infield, and Butzbaum will take care of it. 1 gone in a hurry. Number 6 man in the order coming up, Scott Zetch, and then Mike Martin Jr. on deck. Really, it's amazing the condition that this field is in all over the Midwest with the horrible rains that they've had. A lot of fields are simply unplayable. Grass has died because there's been so much water out here, and this grounds crew here at Omaha has just done a marvelous job. In fact, you can walk out there and play baseball as a testament to their ability. Zetch bunts it right back to the pitcher. Arteaga comes up and nearly threw it down the line. Good play by Butzbaum. And 2 gone.
Well, it's a good thing Butzbaum is a big fella with long arms, because that throw was right at the runner. And we've seen it in the big leagues this year where first basemen are being annihilated with throws into the runner.
Strike called on Martin, and when you look at Martin's abilities and you look at his stats, you look at the .219 batting average, and you shake your head. He's a much better hitter than that. 9th round pick in the draft of San Diego. Brilliant defensive catcher. He's a better hitter than .217.
Well, he's a clutch hitter. You see 9 home runs and 47 RBIs. Well, that's in crunch time. I mean, he's a big-time hitter in big-time situations.
Two and 1 to Martin. 2 gone, nobody on here in the Florida State second. Breaking ball, waited on it. Great stop by Gama and throws him out. Shortstop Alex Cora gets most of the press for the leather, but Gama comes up big at second base and robs Martin of a base hit.
It looks good. You can't see any water.
Nothing Miami on top of Florida State as we go to the top of the third. And here was that great play by Rick Gama to end the inning.
There you get a view from the first baseman's eyes as Gama stretches full out to his right, showing great athleticism, and gets Martin easy. That ball was a rocket. And it's really a testament to the footing, because he needed that one quick step and he got it. So like you said, the groundskeepers have done a wonderful job of preparing this field after an hour-and-a-half rain delay.
Rivero tries to lay down a bunt, pops it straight back toward us. And that's always a tough play for an infielder, because just for that instant, as you're going backhand, the ball disappears under your glove.
Well, number one, you need the footing. You need to make that one quick step to get the position so you can dive. And you're right, that one, the ball is almost hidden from your view.
Yeah.
With your backhand, you can't really see it. But those guys practice that stuff, especially guys that love to get off their feet. They do that stuff all the time. It's great to watch them.
Eddie Rivera leading it off in the third. Fouls that one back out of play against Charlie Cruz, who is working in his third inning of relief. .460 is what Miami is hitting in the College World Series. I don't care what else you do. You hit .460, you're going to win.
Pretty tough not to.
Yeah.
Especially with their staff.
Outside, 2-2.
Of course, this is a wonderful time to get hot as a team.
Isn't it, though? Hit in the air to shallow left. Bedell going back. Morris comes down and calls him off.
Yeah, we should watch that. That's the only second out I think he's made during the College World Series. He hasn't made too many right turns.
First game, 4 for 5 and career high in hits, as well as 5 RBIs against Southern Cal.
See Thompson saying, "No, see, you did it wrong that time."
Fastball pulled right in there against Gonzalez, who's 0 for 1, reached on a 2-hopper that was backhanded by Zech at third for an error. Fanned on a low outside pitch. It looks like it's going to be right at your knees and maybe over the outside third, and by the time you swing, it's off the plate. Comes inside.
That's what he has to do. Cruz had to set up that turned over fastball and that backdoor hook. He's got to run those right-handers off the plate. Otherwise, they're going to get smart and start leaning.
Off his glove. And Zech can't make a play. Let's check in with Larry Conley. Larry, how is it down there?
Mike, I had a chance to visit with Bruce Thompson, the center fielder for Miami, when he came off of the field, and I asked him about how treacherous it was out there, and he said, you know, the problem is the first step. He says you're going to slip, and he says that's what we're all very cautious about, is getting that initial step to the ball. He says after that, everything else is okay.
I hope you're not down there with those $400 Italian loafers again. Pitch to Torty is outside for a ball.
I think he
sacrificed fly in the first.
I think Larry could buy about 10 pairs of shoes for $400.
Check throw to first. Gonzalez, even though he's a catcher, runs well, has 12 stolen bases. Strike in there. And it's really even, if the pitcher gives a decent enough move, it's difficult to think about running on Martin because he has such a tremendous arm and so accurate. Hitting the hole. Zech gets the force and nice turn by Lopez. I don't know how he got the double play on a ball that was hit that softly, but a beautiful pivot at second base. And Torty, who does not run all that well, is out at first. 5-4-3, they're out of the inning. Played 2.5 at the College World Series. Miami leading Florida State 4-0, and J.D. Drew will be the first hitter. He was the star of the first game, a 2-run home run, the 9th.
I hit it and I knew it was gone. I got around first base and I knew I'd won the game, but didn't know what to do. I didn't know to jump up and down or what. But it's a big help to our team. You know, it's a big experience for me to be able to help the team out, being a freshman as young as I am, and winning a game for us like that.
Quiet, unassuming young man who I don't know what you'd have to do to make him nervous, but I couldn't think of anything.
We talked to him this morning, and you wouldn't even know that there was a game to be played today.
That's right.
You look at this kid, he's only a freshman, very poised. And by the time he's a junior, he'll have that home run trot choreographed.
And what an 8-hitter to have in your lineup. 318, 14 homers, 58 RBI. And really a raw talent that is just developing. Mike Martin said our objective is to make him an intimidator in all phases, not only as a hitter, but an outfielder and a base runner, and he thinks he'll be there. Numbers might have been even better, but he missed a couple of weeks with a sprained ankle. Just unlimited potential. Crunched and just ate up Buxbaum at first. Here's the play. Nice effort by Gama to go back and field the ball in short right field. The Buxbaum gets back to the bag. They get a shot at throwing him out. That ball was crushed.
That was a rocket. Here's the pitch is inside half of the plate, and this is why you don't want to play the infield, folks. Buxbaum does well to get any leather on that ball. And a pretty nice play by Gama to field it and maybe even have a chance to throw him out.
Ruling is a base hit and a good one. Bunted down third by Brooks, but it rolls foul. I mean, if you're an infielder, you got one shot at that. You throw the glove in a direction. If it hits it, fine. If it doesn't, you're not hurt too bad.
Yeah, I would like the backhand because that looks flashier if you catch it. Oh yeah, I had that one. That's why I played center field. Well, I didn't want any part of that stuff.
Yeah, but then you'd run into walls and dive in the outfield.
Yeah, but that's different.
Brooks Badeau, the shortstop, hitting .254. Throw over by Arteaga. Mike Martin said today Arteaga is the guy they want on the mound against us, and if you steal on him, it means you have gambled and won, because his move is so good.
Like, not only is his move to first very good, but he's quick to the plate. He uses a slide step. Doesn't waste any time getting the ball to the dish.
Breaking ball in there for a strike. You don't think catchers appreciate that? Gonzalez this year, 22 out of 67 throwing out runners. But with Arteaga on the mound, he is 8 out of 16. He goes from 33% to 50. Breaking ball, tap, foul.
There we just saw the slide step. And as a runner, you don't know when the guy's going to do that. You really have to watch that leg. It starts to lift up, and you guess it, he's going to the plate. That's fine. But if he reads you doing that, he just throws over first, and you're out.
Count rides at 0-2. Hit towards short. Off Arteaga's glove. That's a break. And they didn't get it. If Arteaga doesn't touch that ball, you know Cora will come in from short and at least get one.
Well, Arteaga already made a fine play on a hot comebacker right to him. This time the ball's a little off to his right, and he just flicks it. He knocks enough of the pace off the ball so that no one else can get it besides him. And it's a little too late to first base.
And a good call at first by Rick Fetich. Mickey Lopez 0 for 1 in this game as we go back to the top of the order. FSU's had some base runners. Young man, a switch hitter. He's got some good bat speed from the right side, and the wind is blowing slightly in that direction. Drew on at second, Badeau down at first. Nobody out here in the third. Bunted toward first, now a roll foul. Lopez, one of the better bunters on this club, and runs pretty well. I think it's always a good play to bunt after there's been an infield mistake the way there was on the last play. People are really nervous about that.
Well, they'd love to get a runner in scoring position with less than 2 outs at third base. They'd like to punch in something right now. Give their team a big boost emotionally.
Will make Arteaga field it, and he'll go first for the sure out. So Lopez does his job. 2 runners in scoring position, bringing up the 2 and 3 hitters in the lineup. Hodges, who already has a double to right center, comes up. He has one of the 4 Florida State hits. They have no runs to show for it so far. And that was his first hit in the College World Series. Through the hole, past the diving guy. Drew still, Padilla will be held at third, and it's 4-1. So Hodges is 2 for 2. He's hit the ball sharply twice.
Well, Hodges, as you mentioned earlier in the ballgame, hits left-handers very well. This is the second breaking ball he has roped into right field. I think maybe the game plan next time he comes up is to run some fastballs inside. And with the score 4-1, they're not going to take any chances getting a runner throwing out the plate.
Tying run at the plate with Minkevich, the power guy. Arteaga's now given up 5 hits, and Minkevich had a single to right his first time up, hitting .368 on the season, 3 for 4 in the series. And Laser Collazo wants to come out and talk to his pitcher, J.D. Arteaga. Our coverage of the College World Series will continue tonight on the Deuce. USC and Oklahoma. It's a 7:30 start. The winner advances. The loser goes home. Joy Bob Radford and Steve Garvey. They'll have that game for you. Game 6 of the 1995 College World Series. It's still scheduled for 7:30 Eastern start, but that could change because of the weather delay we had earlier and some other weather expected in here. Minkevich had a real weak swing at a breaking ball. Fastball is tapped foul. Minkevich really upset with himself with that.
Well, you remember, like last time, Minkevich got a base hit. There's kind of an excuse me swing on a breaking ball on the outer half of the plate.
1 and 2, runners at first and third, 1 gone. Slaps it down toward first, back to the plate, let the runner score, get the sure out at first. So Badeau crosses the plate with the second run, and Minkevich is out. Hodges goes down to second base. And Buxbaum was staring in at Ricky Gonzalez, the catcher, who I don't think was even within hailing vicinity of the plate. And that's where Buxbaum wanted to go.
Well, in this situation, normally at the corners, you can see Buxbaum is in. And you're exactly right. Gonzalez was nowhere near the plate. He definitely had a play because he was so far in. Even the ball wasn't hit sharply.
Hit hard toward third, but Godinez comes up and throws out Jeremy Morris. And that was really quite a play on the part of Danny Buxbaum. Not to make that throw could have been very damaging. Florida State, 2 on the board. They're down by 2. Back at the College World Series, we go to the Miami half of the 4th inning. The Hurricanes leading Florida State 4-2 after getting 4 runs in the first inning. And an hour-and-a-half rain delay. Here are the brackets in the College World Series. You stay within your bracket until you get to the championship game on Saturday. Florida State and Miami, the 2 undefeated teams playing each other today. USC and Oklahoma will play in an elimination game later. Then in the other bracket, Cal State Fullerton and Tennessee are the 2 teams that won. Clemson and Stanford are a game away from elimination. And we will see them tomorrow. Alex Cora leads it off in the Miami 4th. Cora struck out swinging to end the first inning. Tries to bunt down toward third. Zetch was way in and makes a nice throw to get the speedy Cora.
This is a nice play by Zetch because this is a pretty good bunt. Has some serious backspin. Zetch barehands it and throws a seed over to first base and gets Cora in plenty of time.
Showed us a pretty good arm, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
But for Cora, that's the kind of thing you have to do. He looked bad in his first appearance against Cruz, and you're trying to get on any way you can. Strike to Gama. For one with a walk. Hits this one high in the air. It will drift foul back in the stands. Pretty good crowd on hand, even with the threatening weather. Rained all day. Then we had an hour-and-a-half rain delay after we played a half inning here. But that's what Omaha's done over the years. They have produced one big crowd after another. In the dirt, 1-2. So Cruz, since he issued those 3 walks in an inning back in the second, settled down and is pitching very well in relief coming out of the bullpen. Outside 2-2.
Really, if you get rid of the walks, they haven't even hit the ball off them. They haven't hit any balls really very solidly.
Slap foul outside of third. Teams want so badly to beat each other because of the rivalry. Then you add the College World Series pressure and everything that means to it. Makes it a lot of fun for us to cover. And both coaches readily admit that they point toward each other during the year. There's so many connections. Swing and miss, got it. And 2 gone.
Cruz is doing a nice job of mixing up his pitches from going from the outside corner to the inside corner. That's the second time he struck out a right-handed hitter with a breaking ball down and in after making them look away.
And the 3rd strikeout overall for Charlie Cruz. Bruce Thompson singled and scored, also has a walk. Hits it down toward Minkevich. Comes up to the pitch of Gama. Cruz got over there in good shape. Minkevich recovered. And Miami goes quietly in the 4th, 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the 4th. The Kings still up by 2. 4 College World Series players have gone on to become big league MVPs. Our own Fred Lynn of USC was the American League MVP in 1975. Hall of Famer Mike Schmidt of Ohio U won the MVP award 3 times. Winning the College World Series with Texas was just the start for Roger Clemens, who took home the MVP in 1986. And Barry Bonds of Arizona State is the only player in Major League history to win the MVP award 3 times in 4 seasons. And Fred, you beat out Mantle and Mays that year, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I feel like I'm in pretty good company there.
Yes, sir.
With all those MVPs multiple times.
Ferrell lays down abundant. Arteaga comes off the mound to throw him out.
Arteaga has shown great athleticism in being able to field his position thus far in this game. See, he gets himself under control, his feet underneath his shoulders, and then a pretty good throw to first base.
Scott Zetch comes up with 1 out, nobody on. Zetch hitting .333 for the series, .332 overall. To left center, Thompson comes on and can't get it. Zetch was hitting .360 until about 25 games ago. His averages dropped precipitously and then steadied at about .333. Which is not a bad place to end up if you've been in a slump. The 6th Florida State hit. We were talking earlier about Mike Martin and the big hits he had. One was a dramatic 2-out home run to beat Miami 3-2 earlier this year. So he does come through with the big ones despite that .219 batting average.
It's a hard 219. That's what the players like.
He'll love you for that. There really tells you something about his ability, the fact that he was drafted in the 9th round by San Diego. You don't get too many 219 hitters unless they're shortstop like Cora, drafted by anybody. Got it in there. Nice pitch from Arteaga.
Well, the scouts really like his defensive skills. I mean, he's obviously has some power, and he, as you said, he's real good in the clutch as a hitter, and that can be taught.
Sure.
But that defensive ability, they love that, the big ones.
Strike called, the runner goes, and he is out of there. Nice throw by Gonzalez, and Cora applied the tag. Zech, who had stolen 19 out of 23, is gone. And Alex Cora, holding the left hand, may have caught a spike.
Zech didn't get a real good break on this. I almost thought it was a delayed steal because Cora was late getting over there. You can see he makes a tag, and I'm not sure if he got spiked on his bare hand or not. We'll take a look here.
I think it's the wrist above the glove.
Got the glove down. He applies the tag. It's really hard to see, but he's definitely in pain. You can see that right there. And they're looking at his left hand, so it is his glove hand.
And they're going to wrap the wrist. And Cora looks like he's going to be fine. Tomorrow night, we hope you join us for the Stanley Cup playoffs. They continue on ESPN with the Eastern Conference. It's game 2 as New Jersey tries to go up 2-0 over the Philadelphia Flyers. Game time is 7:30 Eastern. The Devils and the Flyers on ESPN. Cora still wincing with some discomfort. And Martin remains at the plate, lofts it to right center field. Thompson has finished it. And Thompson will make the catch. Got under it. So the Seminoles get a runner aboard, but wiped out on the steal attempt and can't score. At the end of 4, 4-2 Miami. Rudy Gomez will lead it off for Miami, and in the stands, his father Rudy, his mother Barbara. Let's go to Larry Conley with them.
Thank you, Mike. I am sitting here with both of them. And last year, as a lot of people who follow Miami baseball know, Rudy Gomez hit only 192. This year, he's Miami's leading hitter. Now, I want to ask Rudy Sr. here. Rudy, how difficult was it for him to fight through that, and how did you help him?
I don't think I helped him much other than with the mental attitude. You know, it was very difficult for him after hitting, leading in high school, all his high school career being, hitting over 400, 500, to come to college and hit below 192. So mentally, I helped him a lot. We used to come home and say, Rudy, you have the talent, the luck will turn around for you. And he showed up this year.
Great. Guys, just as an update, Cora did get a cut. It's right on above the thumb on the left hand.
All right, thank you, Larry. I think a hug from mom is more important than advice when you're hitting 192, don't you?
Well, I'd say, what? That was pretty good advice from Dad.
Yeah.
He didn't, rip him and say, what are you doing? He said, you praised him. He said, you're a good player. Don't worry about it. Your talent will come through, and it did.
Came into the College World Series hitting .373. He's 1 for 2 this afternoon. Hits that one foul out of play down the right field line. And Cruz has really settled down after coming out of the bullpen. Pitched 3 2/3, giving up a single hit. Struck out 3, walked 3. Those all came in the second inning, and it didn't hurt him, as it turned out. The help of a double play. Breaking ball is in there. Right now, he seems to have command of everything.
I like the way he gets the ball, gets a sign, boom, let's go. Let's play ball. No hesitation. He's definitely in a rhythm.
Smacked through the hole by Gomez. Another base hit. He's 2 for 3. And Rudy and Barbara will stand for that one. Well, what a roller coaster. 192. Last year he's approaching 380 right now. He's almost doubled it.
Well, this is why he is a 380 hitter. That's a pretty good pitch. Curveball down. He goes down after it. Yeah, Rudy Sr., yeah, just the way I taught you to do it.
Bucksbaum 1 for 1, a walk, and a blistering 3-run homer. I don't think he's going to get any more breaking balls in the inside part of the plate, do you?
I should think not.
Although that was pretty close. Hit it down the right field line. Hodges toward the line, fighting the sun. Makes the catch.
That's the difference the location makes. Now, that curveball was on the outer half. The other one was on the inner half. Didn't have quite as good a swing on that one as he did the other.
Finiston comes up with a runner on and 1 out. He's 1 for 2 to score a run. Finiston really came on at the end of the year. Started the last 19 games, including the regionals. Almost all of them in right field. And Gomez down at first, the leading base stealer with 23 on the year, even though he's been thrown out 9 times. Tried to bunt and foul it at the plate. 0-2 to Finiston. Cruz throws over again. And Fred, we were talking during the break. You can sort of feel a momentum change in this game right now.
Well, Florida State is really right where they wanted to be. I mean, after a dreadful start, I mean, they're definitely in this game. Now, they played each other 6 times. Florida State has won 4. They know that.
And so does Miami. Another 0-2 pitch out, got him off first to throw down. Not a good throw, and they did not get it. Mike Martin bounced the throw down to first, and Gomez was a dead duck.
Coach Martin guessed right, had the pitch out called, and Mike Martin Jr. is there in plenty of time, and Mientkiewicz makes a nice play on this ball to have any play on Gomez, and just goes between the wickets on the 10.
To the hole, Badeau. Nice play just to come up with him, but he can't get him at second base. Badeau showing some range. He's improved game to game at short, but just had to go too far in the hole to have any chance to make a play at second base.
Mike, this is a great field to play on if you're a middle infielder, because the infield here is very slow. I mean, this grass is thick and it's long, and now it's been wet, so it takes forever for the ball to get through.
Infield hit for Finiston. Runners at first and second, with 1 gone for Rivero, who lined a single to right and then flew to left. He is 5 for 7 in the College World Series in 2 games. Breaking ball outside. 2-0. It has turned into a beautiful day after so much rain. Hour and a half rain delay, rained all morning lightly, and now it's gorgeous here. Fastball on the corner. Cruz has been able to come up with the pitches he needs when he needs them, and he can ill afford to give Miami any more runs. Rivero hits it to short, could be 2. Badeau to Lopez on the first double play. Second double play behind Charlie Cruz, gets her out of another jam. Miami goes down in the 5th. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. The Hurricanes continue to lead it 4-2. Welcome back to Rosenblatt Stadium in Omaha. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Florida State scratching and clawing to get back in this game. Now they're down 4-2, and J.D. Drew will lead it off. From Hayhira, Georgia. Laid back Southern town and a laid back product. guy who has an unlimited future. Drew singled in the third and scored. Strike call. JD is only 4 for 4 in the College World Series. They haven't gotten him out yet.
Tough start for the freshman.
And that time the breaking ball and an 0-2 pitch from Arteaga. First strikeout of the game for the lefty J.D. Arteaga.
This is the type of breaking ball that we expected to see from Arteaga all day long, and this is the breaking ball that was giving FSU hitters so much trouble during the regular season.
Brooks Badeau stands in. Hits it off the right side down the line. Finiston running hard and made the catch just at the line. It's going to be a really foul ball. But an out nonetheless. And a good long run for Finiston to get there.
Mike, it's really an advantage for the outfielders to wear these kinds of glasses now where you don't have to worry about flipping them down. He runs to where the ball is going to land, where he knows it's going to land. He took a quick peek to see where the wall was. He knew exactly where he was on the field. He made a nice running play.
Mickey Lopez comes up with 2 out. And no, Lopez 0 for 1. He sacrificed back in the third. Smoked, but Cora throws him out. Holy cow. I mean, that thing would have eaten up just about anybody. All it did off of his glove was take a little hop. He plucked it right out of the air. Just your routine ground out. Show him some leather, Alex. 4-2. Back in a moment. Flat, yeah. Like volleyball. Alex Cora on the Miami bench nursing some bruises. He had been spiked on his left wrist above the glove, and it looked like that smash caught him on the right wrist. But he made outs on both those plays. This kid is a brilliant shortstop, but in some obvious discomfort right now.
Here you see the replay, and watch how he opens up the palms of his hands so that if the ball does hit him on the wrist, it hits the flat part of the forearm. That's why the ball came straight up instead of angling off.
And he's got those beautiful hands that don't reach out and try to snatch the ball out of there. You just let it fall back in your glove like there's nothing to it.
Did you see what he did, though, when he grabbed the ball? He goes, come here.
He is special. Ricky Gonzalez will lead it off for Miami here in the 6th, as we have had a rapidly moving game since the rain delay. Gonzalez 1 for 2. Singled off Cruz's glove in the third, reached on an error his first trip.
See him sweating? That's not sweat because it's hot. He said Arteaga, he said, how'd you hold that ball anyway?
Don't throw him that pitch there again. Those are shots that the third baseman says, I'm glad it was hit this short. Breaking pitch hit hard to center field. J.D. Drew. He can do it with the glove, too. Looked like Freddie Lynn laid out in center field. And he is a deceptive defensive player because he doesn't look like he's covering that much ground, even though he is.
This is a great play. He gets an excellent jump on the ball. I was watching him as soon as the ball was hit. And you can see he's under control, and he lays out, and he keeps his glove up so that the ball doesn't get knocked out of there. Boy, that is just a gem of a play.
Write down that name. As a matter of fact, write Cora and Drew right next to each other, because you'll see those guys in a couple of years. Torty 0 for 1. Ended the third inning on a double play. That's the luxury box down the right field line that was added a couple of years ago. So nice down there. pretty restaurant. They've continued to expand the seating here at Rosenblatt. You can get over 21,000 people in here. A gorgeous stadium. They have done justice to the College World Series. Corey swinging a miss. He's gone. 4 strikeouts for Cruz.
Mike, this is the game that we thought we were going to see initially. And Charlie Cruz, he's done a yeoman's job here. I mean, he's a middle reliever. He's probably going to go the distance away he's throwing.
He's cruising. Cora with a bat in his hand fouls it out of play. Tried to bunt his way on last time. 0 for 2. And did not look good first time up. Cruz has gone 5 1/3 scoreless. This will be a tough play for Badeau. No chance back on the grass. And Cora gets an infield single.
You see Badeau try to plant. Ooh, that's what happens when you get on the grass. I don't think he was going to throw him out there anyway. But that's a nice piece of hitting by Alex Cora. That looked like Brett Butler in the big leagues against left-handers. Just slap it to the deep short and use your speed to leg it out.
Back to the top of the order, and Gama. Cora has stole 7 bases this year. Gama 0 for 2 with a walk. Struck out his last time up. And is average at an even 300 for the season. David Yoakum started this game, could not survive the first inning with just getting shelled. And Cruz came in and has shut down Miami ever since. Hit towards short. Badeau with the easy force at second base. So the infield single does no damage. And through 5.5 innings, Miami with 4 in the first continues to lead Florida State 4-2. Sailing along here at the College World Series on what has turned out to be a beautiful summer afternoon. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Florida State up, trailing 4-2. And the 2-3-4 hitters in the order scheduled to face. JT Arteaga has given up 6 hits but held them to 2 runs. Done pretty well against Miami, hitting almost 500, 2 for 2 today, and both have been hit well off of Arteaga. And I go back to what you said the last time he was up. I keep waiting for that fastball inside, because he's waiting on that curveball. Cora, a touch of class at shortstop. Let's get down to Larry Connolly. Larry, what do you have?
Mike, I've got Julie Baker here, who used to be a softball player at Florida State. Everybody's familiar with the fact that Chip Baker, who's the third base coach, the two of them were married between a doubleheader, but it was a little more tenuous than that, wasn't it, Julie?
Yes, it went 12 innings the first game. I think we won 1-0, and we were married in between the games.
I think the thing most exciting, though, is she's getting ready to have a baby, and the rumor is it's going to be in a hospital, not in the dugout.
Well, I can imagine what would have happened if I told my wife we're going to get married between games of a doubleheader. Would have been no ceremony. Minkiewicz takes another called strike, 0-2. That's dedication. You just have to go with the program you're around. Arteaga misses outside. The appeal to third. No. Minkiewicz has grounded out and singled in this game. Came in hitting .366. And invited to the USA team this summer. Him down. Only the second strikeout for the left-hander, but he got a big hitter there.
Now, Arteaga is really starting to find himself now. He's starting to spot the ball a little bit better. Not hitting it quite as sharply as they were earlier in the game. Of course, you know, he had to withstand that hour-and-a-half rain delay when he came out. So he's just now finding his range. And he's looking like the Arteaga that we thought we saw at the beginning of the game.
2 outs and nobody on for Jeremy Morris out of Quincy, Florida. Hit 2 home runs in the ACC championship game this year. Breaking ball caught the corner. That's the backdoor breaking ball Fred's talked about. Missed outside. If that backdoor breaking ball's thrown in the right spot, you might as well have an or because you're not going to hit it.
Well, most of the time, what you want the right-handed hitters to do is give up.
Rip to left field. Rivero can't come up with it. Gets the throw in a hurry, and Morris has to retreat to first. But he starts that one off of Arteaga. And the 2-out single will bring up Adam Farrell.
Here's a backdoor breaking ball that came in the front door. And that's what happens to it. It's a smoker. And Rivero just can't quite get the glove underneath it. But he did the right thing. He kept the ball in front of him. Even when he was sliding to make the catch, you could see his shoulders come up to block the ball.
So one advantage when players started sliding like that they're able to block it. Getting the call on that pitch now on the outside corner and just putting it in there beautifully. Farrell 0 for 2. Average down to 333. Bunted back to Arteaga trying to get on his last time. Hits this back up the middle. Cora can't come up with it. And I will bet you on the replay that took a bad hop. From what we've seen just in a couple of games from him, I can't imagine he booted on his own.
Well, he's made every play in the 2 games that we have seen thus far. And he's in good position. He just comes up a little bit. His head came up, and that brought his hands up with him. And you can see him say, oh, I missed it. That's my fault. Hit it to me again.
Absolutely. So Cora boots one at short after so many brilliant plays. Now 2 on and 2 out. Scott Zetch 1 for 2 trying to deliver here. A single would get his club back within a run. Hit right at Gomez at third. Takes the easy finish and the inning is over. The Seminoles strand 2 and through 6 full. Miami continues to lead in the College World Series 4-2. Welcome back to the College World Series. Thank you for the homemade graphic. We appreciate it. Don't forget our coverage of the series continues tomorrow on ESPN. You'll see a winner's bracket game. Cal State Fullerton against the Tennessee Volunteers. Game time 3:30 Eastern. You'll get a good look at Todd Helton, the College Player of the Year. Bruce Thompson leading it off for Miami in the 7th. And it's really boiled down to a pitching duel between Charlie Cruz and J.D. Arteaga. And they've both done a superb job. Thompson is 1 for 2, singled and walked. Rounded out his last trip. I have to imagine Cruz very grateful for this opportunity. He was 0-1 a year ago in the College World Series. Had an earned run average of 5.90. As I think the way Mike Martin always put it, was 0-2 in barbecue.
Well, he's like a machine right now. In between innings, he couldn't wait to get on the mound. He was down the sidelines throwing on the side.
Breaking ball hit the shallow left. Morris can't get there. So Thompson dumps one into left field. With Gomez, Buxbaum, and Finiston scheduled to hit.
Thompson is really one of the keys to this lineup, because when he gets on base, boy, that spells trouble for the opposing club with Gomez and Boxbaum coming up.
Andy has 20 steals, only been caught 3 times. Gomez 2 for 3, a single twice. It's another thing about throwing over to first in a college game. If you get an inexperienced hitter, and certainly Gomez is not that, oftentimes they'll tip their intentions of what they do on the throw over. Pulled the bat back, took it for a ball.
Well, even if he lays this down, it's a perfect sacrifice spot. Now you have a runner on second base, and first base is going to be open with Buxbaum coming up there. You think they're going to pitch to him? I don't think so.
Lays it out in front of the plate. Will work as a sacrifice. Martin throws and got him. 1 gone. Thompson down to second for Buxbaum.
27.
So the question comes up. What is the point of the sacrifice?
Well, I think you really take the bat out of this guy's hands, because
that's what I mean.
If I'm pitching now, if I walk him, I don't care. Now I've got a double play in him. Let's get the next guy. Here it is. It's an intentional pass.
I was just about to say I wouldn't even bother throwing anything close, because Buxbaum is on fire with that aluminum bat. This will be the 4th walk from Cruz, the first intentional.
I understand you're trying to get insurance runs and trying to pad your lead any way you can and stay out of the double play. But Gomez is your best hitter for average, and you're taking the bat out of your best power.
Buxbaum is your power guy.
And now you've got the double play in order again.
What it does do, though, however, is get runners on first and second with Finiston, a 300 hitter coming up. And as we talked this morning to both coaches, Jim Morris was talking about, well, that's why it's baseball. There's so many different alternatives, so many different theories and philosophies. Finiston swings over the top of that one. And if it works, it's great. If it doesn't, hey, fine, we'll make another decision next time. Finiston 2 for 3. Beat down an infield hit his last time up, so he has 2 singles on the day. Free swinging young man from Miami. Fastball down low.
Mike, I'm a believer when I have the lead and my best hitters are coming up, I'm going for the jugular, man.
In the dirt, blocked well by Martin. Got Jeremy Morris playing in deep left field. Any kind of a single out there is probably going to score Thompson from second base.
Well, Finiston has good power, and you have to respect that power. Plus, the wind's blowing out that direction.
He's outside 3-1, and Cruz wants more baseball. There are the flags in center field, and all day it's been blowing out to left from the south. Plus, the footing is still treacherous out there with the sod. So unless he gets a one-hop line drive, he's got no chance with somebody like Thompson. Strike call. Poured a fastball in there to make it 3-2. Cruz is fan 4 in this game. He'd like to get another one right now. Or his friendly double play ball struck him out. 5 for Charlie Cruz.
Well, this is the second time he struck out Finiston. The last time he got him with a slider down and in. This time he turns it over 3-2. Does not give in to Finiston. Makes a dandy pitch.
6 1/3, 5 strikeouts. Most important thing on there is no runs, because he came in with his team already down 4-0, and he single-handedly has kept them in it. Got a couple of big double play balls. Rivero, fly ball to straightaway left. Morris settles under. The inning is over, so Miami threatens with runners at first and second, but can't score. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. Still a 2-1 game. part of the Midwest, and we are in the bottom of the 7th in the College World Series. Two traditional rivals, Miami and Florida State. The Hurricanes jumped on top with 4 in the first. You know what they're getting for T-shirts now? $22 a shot. Ouch. I don't have many.
You don't see me wearing one, do you?
But you got to come back from Omaha with something.
Well, that's true. I bring them back for my kids.
And a lot of people in the stands have them. Mike Martin leads it off in the bottom of the 7th. Seminoles need to get something started, and J.D. Arteaga doesn't show any signs of letting them. Gomez really charging from third. Martin is 0 for 2, robbed by Gama his first time up, and then flied to center field. And wanted to lay one down again, and has Gomez just flying in about 60 feet from the plate. Wouldn't be surprised if he tries to slap one by him. Breaking ball just hung inside and high.
Mike, you know that Jim Morris, coach of the Miami Hurricanes, is wanting Arteaga to get by this inning. We're getting close to Jay Tessmer country, the closer for Miami. And I wouldn't be surprised if Arteaga falters at all in this inning to see Tessmer come in the next inning.
Also got Westfall, very good setup man, and Jim Morris said this morning, if we're ahead, he gets the ball. That's it, period. Tessmer will be there. Arteaga, though, has only thrown 69 pitches. Tap toward Gama, throws him out. J.D. Drew will be up next. You've already seen what he can do with the bat. That's what he can do with the glove in this game. We asked Mike Martin about his skills.
That young man has the potential to be the best baseball player we've had at Florida State University. He's got a long way to go. He can't live on what he did the last game. This game is constant. Every single day you must prove yourself. Now, if J.D. Arteaga punches him out 3 times, he may feel just as bad as he did good 3 days ago.
You're absolutely right.
What have you done for me lately?
Fastball is high. You go from hero to goat in an instant. Drew is 1 for 2 today. Singled and struck out. Of course, had the home run to win the opener for the Seminoles. Bottom of the 9th, a 2-run shot. Beautiful curveball by Arteaga.
But you know, Mike, just talking to this young man this morning, I think he has the demeanor to be able to shake off a bad day.
Absolutely right. I think he fooled him on a fastball. Nice pitch from Arteaga. His 3rd strikeout. They've all come in the latter part of the ballgame.
Well, take a look and see what this pitch was. And J.D. Drew is being pitched very toughly. There's that breaking ball down and away to a left-hander. See, he opened his shoulder too early, and that left open the door to that outside corner. You can't cover it if that right shoulder moves towards first base.
2 out, nobody on for Brooks Badeau. He's 1 for 2. Had an infield single. And flying down the right field line, his 2nd trip. Squares around as if the bunt. Gomez again well in on the grass at 3rd. Arteaga has not walked a man today. Another way to stay out of trouble. Swing and a miss. And Arteaga right now has it on cruise control. Wasting a fastball. Florida State will have the top of the order coming up in the 8th if Badeau can't keep it going. Matter of fact, not only has he not walked anybody, he hasn't gone to 3 balls on anybody. That's remarkable.
That's what Todd Helton did for Tennessee the other night, in pitching a complete game in about 105 pitches. And I think he walked somebody late in the game finally, but he was masterful, just like J.D. is today.
Well, masterful was the word that came to mind for what Arteaga has done today. And there's a 3-ball count.
Nice going.
The living jinx. Say it and it happens. Badeau slaps it toward third. Gomez comes in and throws it out. 1, 2, 3. We played 7 full. And Miami continues to lead 4-2.
Welcome back to the College World Series. Here in downtown Omaha at the Joslyn Art Museum, they have what they call Bagels in Bach concerts. Let's go inside and see what they sound like and what they taste like. Very good. This really is a wonderful concert series. Oh, and by the way, have you been out to Rosenblatt yet?
Parker has a schedule for baseball on Wednesday.
Did I see you at the Grateful Dead concert backstage?
Sir, the musicians would like you to join them.
What? Of course.
All-American basketball player, all-around good guy, good baseball player, and the violin I did not realize. Way to go. Larry Conley, screamer, Lopez, base hit. Excuse me, Gonzalez. Nice job, Larry Conley.
That was very impressive. Very highbrow.
There he is. When was the last time Larry was at a Grateful Dead concert?
Yeah.
Never been, guys. Never been.
Torty squares around to sacrifice, bringing Zetch in from third. Torty is 0 for 2. Had a sacrifice fly. Takes it low, ball 2. And we'll get some action hurriedly in the Seminole bullpen. Cruz came on in the first. Bunted toward first, but rolling foul. 1 and 2.
Now, Mike, we've seen a lot of bunt attempts in this College World Series thus far, and I have yet to see a swinging bunt where you see everybody charging in, and you practice this in BP, and then when you're squared around, you just choke up and try to punch it right by the rushing infielders, and you have a double.
Pulled the bat back on that one, took a called second strike. In the FSU bullpen, Howell and Morgan warming in case Cruz gets into some more trouble. 2 and 2 to Torty. Just missed the corner with a fastball. He wanted that one. Breaking ball, tap fouls outside of third. Cruz came into the game with an 8-1 record. This is his 18th appearance, only his second job in relief. Fastball, tapped slowly to third. Zetch gets the force back to first. And Torty, who does not run well at all, doubled up. 4 double plays in the game for Florida State, and that's been the difference in keeping them close.
This ball is a ham and jammer, and then if that was a wooden bat, it would have been shattered. Zetch makes a nice toss. I thought they had no chance, but I think Torty was short from Tortoise because I had to say, I'm sorry, but that poor guy, you know, it takes him 5-6 seconds to get down to first base.
He didn't exactly leave a vapor trail. Cora pops it off the left side. Nice running try by Morris, but can't get there. That's the second double play Torty has hit into, neither one of which looked like they had a prayer of getting a double.
Well, a lot of times, especially with big right-hand hitters, they take a big swing and they follow through and they end up on their back foot. And all their weight is going the opposite direction of first base. It's very difficult to get out of the box.
Shorty tries to lay it down and fouls it off.
Did I bail myself out there?
No. Nice effort, though. Just missed outside. Or 1 for 3, beat out an infield hit his last time. He just fanned at that one. So Cruz gets out of trouble again. We have played 7 full, still 4-2. Canes. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Miami over Florida State 4-2. Ryan Grimmett comes in to play left field as a defensive replacement for Rivero as we go to the bottom of the 8th. And Tesmer is warming in the bullpen. Fred, you speculated he might come in the 8th. Why do you think Arteaga is still here?
Well, the reason that he's not going to come in until Mintkevich comes up or gets past Mintkevich is that he's allowing left-handers to hit him at about a 320 clip this year. And they really don't want that to happen, even though Hodges has hit Arteaga pretty well today.
On a line to left and on his knees, Grimmett, who just came in for defense, makes the catch. Looks like that one had a little knuckleball action on it.
How many times, Mike, have you seen a defensive replacement come into a game and somebody hits him a rocket right away? And this ball is smoked. And the toughest play for an outfielder is a line drive. You can't really judge how far it's going to go. Once he sees it's in front of him, he comes in and makes a nice basket catch.
One gone, and Randy Hodges to be followed by Mintkevich. Hodges, a screamer to first, and Buxbaum picks it off. Well, I'll tell you what, Arteaga has not given up a hit in this inning, but he has given up 2 rifle shots. Well, it's a pretty good indication that you're starting to lose it.
His teammates are saying, you got to pop it up.
Here's Mintkevich. You can hit it harder than anybody. And he has not had a good day against Arteaga. He's 1 for 3, but hasn't looked good on several swings. And his average has fallen to 365. Another beautiful breaking ball in the perfect spot. And if you're a hitter, you say, why me? He's throwing that pitch to me every time. He got it right where he wants it. Fastball. Oh, look at this. Holy cow. 3 bullets. And 3 up and 3 down. 1 to left, 1 to first, 1 right back up the gut. Look what I found. 4-2, 1 of the night. I mean, you can hang laundry on those 3. Go to the Miami 9th, and the Hurricanes very fortunate in the bottom of the 8th. This is a typical shot in this inning.
Mintkevich gets a tough pitch, a fastball, one of the rare ones he's seen all day. And J.D., he snares it without looking at it. He just stuck his glove out there, and how do you do? Look what I found.
And did you see Mintkevich? Are you kidding me? But this is baseball. Now you probably get 3 bleeders and a check swing bloop down the right field line. Gama to short. Badeau on the throw, got him. Nice play by Mintkevich to keep his foot on the bag. 1 gone. probably isn't anything any more frustrating in sports than to just kill it right at somebody.
Those are serious hang withers, is what the guys say in the dugout. But you know what, Mike? Those things never even out. I mean, good hitters hit more balls hard than they dunk it. Oh, look,
there's another screamer right through the wicket that time. And Thompson will be on at first. Cruz is just thinking, thanks for staying down.
Cruz is in pretty good position to field this ball, but it's a bullet. Now, if that ball it would have been a little bit higher, he might have had a chance to snare it, but it was right at his shoe tops.
So bring up Gomez. And again, we remind you, Thompson, 20 steals on the year. Gomez 2 for 3. Got him picked off. Mitkevich double clutched, and they won't get it. I think he was afraid of hitting the runner. Lopez was on the outfield side of the bag, so the runner really had the angle in between him, and Mitkevich double clutched, and by then he couldn't get him. Stolen base for Thompson. Runner in scoring position. Back up the middle, speared, and they get Thompson picked off. Throw to third, chasing down, get a shot at second. Well, you mess up one play and then come back and make a beauty. We'll go to the ninth.
They've only had 2 complete games off.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of the College World Series is brought to you by Old Spice High Endurance. For long-lasting odor protection, demand proof, get Old Spice. And by Powerade, the official sports drink of the Olympic Games.
We go to the ninth, and the Miami inning in the top of the ninth ended by a double play started by the pitcher.
As a comebacker, and Thompson's in no man's land. He gets tagged out by the third baseman, and then the hitter, Gomez, who alertly actually tried to get to second base into scoring position, but Thompson couldn't stay in the rundown long enough for him to get there.
And that is a World Series record, the 5th double play by Florida State this afternoon. USC held the record. They had 4 in 1949. That was a 12-inning game. And I am really surprised to see Arteaga back on the mound after the 3 screamers he gave up in the 8th.
Well, Coach Morris is really tempting the baseball gods, because there were 3 lasers hit last inning. You've got one of the best closers in the business in the bullpen with right-hand hitters up. Excuse me, Mike, and they've only completed 2 games all year, starting pitchers for Miami.
And Arteaga has one of those complete games. Tesmer is tied for the NCAA lead with Long Beach State's Gabe Gonzalez with 20 saves. And Jim Morris said this morning that he would be in there if we had the lead. He may yet come in, but he's going with Arteaga to start the ninth. On ESPN2, you will see Southern Cal and Oklahoma 45 minutes after the end of this game. This one's hit in the air to right. Catch made by Finiston, 1 gone.
Number 1, the DH, Adam Thoreau.
Arteaga has done a superb job today, giving up those 2 runs. He will face Thoreau and Zetch. If anybody gets on, Mike Martin Jr. Give him a changeup, and Thoreau is way out in front.
You know, Mike, probably Coach Morris is thinking is that Arteaga has thrown a limited amount of pitches today.
And except for the 8th, not a lot of hard hit balls off of him. But, geez, those were hang laundry on those things. Mike Martin calls for a roll over with an 0-2 count. Well, you know one thing, the bullpen is ready in case there's any problem. But Arteaga would love to stay out there and get a second complete game. Wasted a fastball on 0-2. The winner goes on to the winner's bracket of 2-0. The loser would be one game away from elimination as they fall into the loser's bracket. Hit in the air on the infield, foul. Buxbaum is there, 2 gone. That'll leave it up to Scott Zetch. Miami has not scored since it got the 4 in the first. Florida State countered with 2 in the third. It's been scoreless since then. Off-speed breaking ball right there at the corner. Zetch 1 for 3 on the day, 2 for 6 in the College World Series. Another breaking ball that caught the corner. 2 in exactly the same place. And that is the spot that Arteaga has hit all day long.
He's been living on that outside edge, occasionally brushing them back, keep them off the plate, but he's predominantly been on the outside corner.
One and two out, nobody on, bottom of the 9th. Hit to center field. Thompson has a beat on it. Makes the catch in Miami. Makes the 4-run first stand up. 4-12-1 for the Hurricanes. 2-7-1 for the Seminoles. Arteaga wins his 11th game through 99 pitches. David Yoakum, the starter, is the loser. Danny Buxbaum had the big hit. First inning 3-run homer, his 14th of the year. And Arteaga survived a burst of line drives in the 8th, one with his own glove, as Miami wins it 4-2. They go 2-0. SportsCenter coming up for Fred.